We are very excited to discuss the division series because they were bananas. They were as bananas as you can find in Savannah. Like, legitimately, nobody saw these things coming. We had none of the favorites advanced.
Only one favorite has advanced.
Well,
so
Houston, that's true. I forget
Yeah.
Houston. I don't consider them a favorite because I don't favorite Houston, but that's a cognitive dissonance problem, ladies and gentlemen. That has nothing to do with what's actually happening in the world. Basically, let's talk first about the NLDS, okay? The Phillies and Braves. The Phillies defeated the Braves in a 3-1 in 4-game series, or 4 games of a 5-game series. I can words right now, Brad.
You got it. You got it. You'll get there. Not worried.
Bryce Harper went 8 for, so these are notable notes. Notable notes. Bryce Harper, 8 for 16, 2 home runs, a double, 5 RBIs, thank you, 4 runs, but only 2 strikeouts. This is the Bryce Harper we heard about when he was 16 and was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. This is the Bryce Harper that Washington groomed and wanted desperately. And this is the Bryce Harper that the Phillies paid for.
I feel like it's October Bryce Harper, honestly.
He's here, man.
That dude shows up.
Yeah.
He really does. And people are going to rail on him for his performance in Washington, but he's not the reason the Nats were eliminated when he was there.
Nope.
That dude shows up for the postseason, and this is the guy you get. He's unreal.
It's unreal. So congratulations to Brother Harper. We hope he does very, very well continuing forward. But let's talk about Nick Castellanos and JT Realmuto, because to me, these are the best storylines. These are the guys that have been sitting around waiting to go to the postseason in a Philly uniform for way too long. It's been a long time coming for all the fans, and because they love, especially Realmuto. Like, the fans love JT so much. And so Nick Castellanos goes 5 for 16, 5 RBIs, a double, and only 2 strikeouts. Fabulous. And JT goes 5 for 18 with a home run, which is an inside the park home run. And that is the first ever by a catcher in the postseason.
It's amazing.
Did you know
I love
he has 3 inside the parkers in his career?
I didn't know that. I knew that he could move for a catcher, right? He's got
right.
He runs well for a catcher is what they used to say about Pudge. And JT Realmuto definitely runs well for a catcher. He was moving, man, to get around those bases. It was awesome.
And it was
got
fluid.
a really fortuitous bounce off that. I guess it depends on what side you're coming on. Could be unfortunate if you're a Braves fan. And it ricocheted back toward right field. And man, he was cooking all the way around. It wasn't even close. And this is one thing that I've noticed a lot in the postseason with things that have gone on, like weird bounces like that.
Yeah.
I feel like it feels like outfielders are not moving toward one another to help each other out in case something like that happens.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
That, like, the right fielder should have been there to play the carom off the wall if that happened. Like, you can't assume your guy's going to make the catch. And I saw a couple in the Seattle and Houston series. I can't think exactly what they were off the top of my head. I just remember that happening and being like, there should have been somebody there within 15 feet to get that ball.
Well, right? It's the same thing with Josh Donaldson coming from third base, almost like 75 feet into left field to dive and miss the ball that Hicks was loafing toward.
That's Hicks's ball.
Every day.
Absolutely Hicks's ball.
All day long. But to your point, it's the same thing. It's like not a lot of backup, not a lot of covering down. And it's really unfortunate. The thing about that inside the Parker, though, if I remember right, and Jason's watching, so he can tell me if this is true. But if I remember right, the throw hit the mound and bounced on its way.
Like a high hop. Yeah.
It took a little bit of a hop because it wasn't quite on target. It had the right trajectory, but it dove a little bit, hit the mound, bounced up, and then made it to the catcher. And that threw it off just enough to make it possible for the inside the Parker.
I think he would have been safe anyway, if I remember watching that right.
You think so?
I think he would have been. I don't know that bounce necessarily changed it enough. Like, it certainly made it so it wasn't as close as it could have been, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But I think he would have gotten in there before the tag was placed on him anyway.
Hmm.
But anyway, no, it certainly helps though, and
It
I
helps a
love when
lot.
stuff like that happens.
Me too.
Like a few years ago, Wilson Contreras set a bat out in front of home plate, and the throw hit it.
Yeah,
and avoided a play at the plate. I
yeah,
love that stuff. It's awesome.
it is awesome.
Like it sucks when it happens to your team, but it's just like just one of the oddities of baseball. But let's talk about Gene Segura for just a minute too. This is his first ever postseason, first career postseason. This guy deserves it more than most guys, I feel like, in the league.
Totally.
Mean Gene, the hitting machine, Segura. He went 5 for 18, 2 doubles and 3 runs. I could not be happier to see this guy succeed in the postseason. It was awesome.
I figured you'd feel that way. He's in his 10th season.
Yeah, like I loved Gene Segura when he was in Seattle.
Yeah.
He was part of the JP Crawford trade, and I was really bummed to see him go. But JP Crawford has been great in Seattle, and I'm glad to see that Gene Segura is still doing well in Philadelphia.
Well, and let's be honest, this is age 32 season. So there's potentially not a lot of time left for him to have these experiences.
The thing for him, though, is I feel like his game ages well because he's not a speed guy.
That's true.
He's a contact guy.
For sure.
Right? And he's a second baseman, so he doesn't need a whole lot of range. So I think he can continue to play for a few more years as long as that bat continues to make contact, because that's what he does. He makes contact and drives the ball. So I think he's got a few more good years in him.